through Anthos' Wonder Woman. This time Anthos deciding to go back to the Superman. Oh!
That is
It opens up
vicious,
with a juggle combo.
a huge juggle. A very good dodge as well from the Superman. Joker able to get that uppercut with the cards, do a little bit of damage, but again, and coming back to this strategy with using the breath on the edge, not letting him back on. Joker finally able to get a landing, but now Superman keeps control with the uppercut. Joker breaking through the defense. Here comes the pogo juggle, but Superman is able to dodge out of it very effectively.
Quickly, basically evening up the percents. Now Icy trying to find those openings where he can get in with his projectiles leading, so he can rack up a little bit more percent. But Anthos is able to quickly get the kill. Now it's Icy's turn, but he's unable to follow up.
It's very critical that Icy gets the stock here. It's very important that he gets it as quickly as possible, because the more damage that he takes is the bigger advantage he allows for Anthos to have in this matchup, going all the way up to 46 damage. Superman sitting, I can't believe I'm about to say it, but at a rather comfortable 123. Now up to 130. Joker all the way up to 80. I think the slow is definitely coming into effect. There it is. The stock is finally taken by Joker, but at 87 damage, I mean, you've got to be looking at Superman as the favorite to win this matchup at least.
Anthos is doing a really good job of punishing Icy's dodges, which is really making it hard for Icy to abuse his movement against the hard-hitting Superman. This is looking canon, honestly, with Superman beating up the bad guy, getting a quick 50 points of damage on the Joker, and Joker just struggling to do anything against the hero of our story, that is IcyGoBrr versus Anthos.
An incredibly early elimination for the third stock on Joker. That I believe that was a clean sweep. Not quite.
It was not.
No, it was not. No.
No.
I mean,
we gotta give
that
Icy
ended so
some
quickly.
credit.
No, absolutely. That ended so quickly. I literally was not able to check the stock count before that final elimination. But no, absolutely well performed. I do genuinely feel like I've just watched the opening to Injustice unfold before my very eyes. The first round is going to go to Anthos, but obviously 2 more wins are going to be needed for Anthos to move to the finals of the upper bracket. Absolutely, Icy, you still have every chance to win this. Take what you've learned from this fight. The switch up to Arya might be an interesting move here. A very close-up character going up against Superman. Is that going to be able to break through the ice breath?
Famously, or maybe famously, Arya is considered the best character in ones currently by a lot of top players of this game. The person I heard it from first was Void. But, you know, in Melee, they're saying that any skilled boy can beat a fox.
Never defeated a man from the start.
So
before.
Icy still needs to outplay the Superman to get the game win at the very least, if not the set win.
Absolutely. I mean, IT has opened this up very well, getting a couple of nasty pricks in with Needle, but there is that juggle once again. I think luckily for Icy, Superman ran out of ground to be able to juggle, and has now been able to break through the defense, and the use of the airwalk there, it looked like. It may still be viable for Arya.
That is the big thing, is that Arya is still able to use that perk to just get huge amounts of damage. Also, Arya is one of the few characters that has a ability to just break Superman's armor without much stress. The combination with the face grab, the airwalk combos, the quick ladder combos. Makes Arya quite a strong character. But Anthos doing a really good job of trying to play keep away and making sure he gets solid hits, returning and evening up the game. Honestly, almost looking scary for the Arya as Superman takes the first kill.
Strong man from
There was
the
a very
stars against
vicious
the
flurry of blows there from the Superman, though a lot of damage has still been done. It's with every right that Icy could get a very quick stock elimination with an easy strike and even up this matchup. Icy has done incredibly well to avoid the chilling breath of Superman with this switch to Arya, and now with the ledge control, very good dodging from Anthos. Barely able to stay alive. I think it was purely positioning on the stage there that saved him. Again, it's this back and forth. There it is, finally eliminated at what looked like 193 to meet Arya at 33. Honestly, for being a stop behind, Arya seems to be in a very good position right now.
I think that was really smart of Arya using the down ground attack to dodge through the laser beam and making sure that Superman gets hit. Has the face. See how Arya uses it here. Uses it to recover. Smart choice. A lot of armor on that move.
Yeah, there's no shame in using it to save yourself at all. It's still an asset that you've used. The knife was able to connect. She's made use of it. Used the airwalk and now caught Superman in an aerial juggle. Not a position we normally see Anthos in. Anthos able to break it out, but these two are incredibly precise with their dodging. Both able to pull it off effectively.
Oh, I was gonna say Icy doing a really good job of the taunt coming out from Anthos as Icy creates a little bit more distance, but Icy doing a really good job of using the auto dodge on that down attack, and getting small hits here and there on the Superman. Superman's struggling coming out of the corner. So every time he does, Icy gets 1 or 2 hits. And it doesn't sound like a lot when I put it that way, but it is racked up to 133 points of damage. And Superman honestly is in kill percent, and I am the worst.
A strong man from the
I am
stars
so
against
sorry,
the
Icy.
How is this?
That is the risk of the floating platforms when going up against Superman when we go into those outer edges. They are in very, very good position for him to just grab you and punch you straight out. However, the knife able to bring Icy back onto the stage. Both, it looks like, basically at 0. It's going to come down to this final stock. Once again, we are only in the second round of our semi-finals, and already it's gotten incredibly intense, both biding their time, it looks like, playing it nice and slow. We may actually need to start looking at the clock, because we only have 3 minutes left. A very good use of the airwalk.
I'll make it quick.
Arya keeping it even with Superman. The laser's not really doing all that much in this instance.
Superman's having a really hard time trying to figure out what to do against Arya because every time he goes in, he just gets hit. Which means that in these cases, Icy can just kind of sit back as he's doing. If he wants to wait out the 2 minutes with a 20% lead, that does count as his win.
I was gonna say, at what point do you just think, you know what, there's 2 minutes left, you know, do I start just trying to survive? Do I start just trying to make sure I take less damage? Superman went to throw the knife, the frozen knife back at Arya. Both now dancing on the edge. I'm not sure what they're planning here. Are we at a standstill?
The onus is on Anthos. But Anthos knows that he can't just power through the Arya because Arya also has that backstab buff on the character, which allows her to ignore armor as long as she hits the backside of the character, and her down special, which is off cooldown currently, now you can see her hands glowing, actually just gives her backstab no matter what. It does go on cooldown, but if you know the buff is active, Superman can't just power through Arya's hits, and you can see Icy being really annoying. Nicola timing.
Absolutely, I think Icy was trying to run down the clock. Superman able to get the damage in, but it's still not enough. There's still what is practically a 30 damage deficit. This is the closest we've gotten to a timeout in any of these tournaments, to my knowledge. Superman now needs to get that elimination, get the damage in, and they do!
Powerful than a locomotive for nothing.
With what look like 20 seconds left.
Yeah, just over. Anthos being a little disrespectful at the end. Honestly, they get it. They're allowed to. They were starting to get camped. I get it. I'd be a little frustrated. But also, on to Icy's credit, I would do the same thing as we're running it back. And I wonder if Anthos changes up the method so that they're never down. So it's so that Icy can't just try to camp them out for 2 minutes straight at the end of the match.
Superman.
But we'll see
He would
what
look
strategies
feeble next to
each
the mountain.
person's coming up to. Icy, to be fair, Anthos also is slightly to blame because Anthos does enjoy camping out with the wall of ice breath. Gets the knife hit, starting the combo.
A very good use of Airwalker there. Very good use of Airwalker. 87-0. This is an incredibly strong opening from Icy. Superman trying to break through now, but I think Icy has truly found their element. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you were mentioning it earlier, Anthos has been using that Ice Breath a lot to basically wall off the stage whenever someone gets ledged. It gets to the point where if the clock is running down, that is an asset that you can use. If you've been able to get more damage in, you have the time advantage. There is no shame in Icy for using it. Both of these players now juggling each other on the edge. Looks like Anthos is able to use the aerial to his advantage. Able to get the first stock elimination, but still 100 damage. It's not going to be difficult for Arya to get an elimination and even this up really quickly. That floating platform, once again, basically a death zone when it's hanging out as close to the edge as it is. Looks like
Turns out that Anthos prefers 3-minute games over 6 full-minute games, as he knocks IcyGoBrr off stage once again and is really trying to end these stocks with aggression, almost angry.
I was gonna say, are we seeing a little bit of frustration here? Able to get the second elimination. I think the brutality of this onslaught toward Arya, Anthos is not going to allow for another timeout position. They want to take this win. They are going to lose a stock to Arya though. It's not impossible for Arya to do this, but oh dear.
The down attack was really smart.
Another very good use of Airwalker, just able to hang on.
I was gonna say the use of down attack was really smart, but unfortunately Anthos was still invincible. And Anthos really taking the third game quickly.